We're joined now by Norris Trent, our reporter in Beirut. Thanks for speaking to me, Catherine. So what's the latest on the airstrikes where you are?
Hi, Peter. There have been several strikes on southern Beirut again this Sunday. Perhaps you can see a bit of the smoke rising from those southern suburbs, Hezbollah strongholds behind me. The Israeli military says it carried out those strikes to take out, and I'm quoting, a military intelligence headquarters of Hezbollah in those southern suburbs. They've also been carrying out strikes in the south of Lebanon, saying that they've killed 3 leading Hezbollah saboteurs, including one man they believed was highly placed in Hezbollah's southern command there. So the attacks are continuing, the strikes are continuing there. Meanwhile, the Israeli military also says that Hezbollah is continuing to fire rockets across into northern Israel, saying that around 70 projectiles have been launched over the border by Hezbollah into northern Israel this Sunday. Hezbollah says that it has launched a new phase of this war without specifying what that is. So clearly the violence still very much ongoing. And this despite the US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin saying yesterday at a meeting of G7 defense ministers that he wanted to see Israel scale down its attacks in and around the Lebanese capital, Beirut, saying that the civilian casualties had been too high. Well, despite those comments there from the US Secretary of Defense, you know, the strikes on Beirut continuing this morning.
The fighting has now displaced more than 1 million people. That's almost 1/6 of the population. You've been following this huge upheaval as well. Tell us more.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the figures vary depending on which officials you're hearing to. The Lebanese government says that more than 1.2 million people have been displaced over the past year, since October the 7th, including 400,000 children. That's a figure that we're also hearing from UNICEF, the UN's Children's Association, aid association there. What's clear is there are huge numbers of people who've been displaced from their homes, from the south, from the Bekaa Valley in the east, and people are not knowing where to go. So some people are sheltering in the open airs, in tents. Other people are being housed by associations, charities. Other people have found homes, private homes to go to. Some with money have left Lebanon. Others, some of the many Syrian refugees who were already living in Lebanon for years there, have actually decided to head back into Syria to try and find, well, perhaps better conditions there. That tells you just how bad things are getting. There are problems with people getting enough to eat, getting enough medication. And, you know, when winter will be setting in here as well, the question of shelter for some of these people is going to be a huge issue. There's also the problems of disease. One cholera case at least has been confirmed in northern Lebanon. Lebanon's health minister says he's worried about communicative diseases spreading with people living in these conditions. And some of these people, you know, have fled their homes have been destroyed, so they're not sure when, if ever, they can return. And a lot of people just didn't take many belongings with them. So going forwards in the long term here, this is going to be a huge challenge for a country already in the grips of multiple crises, including a financial crisis, a political crisis now as well. So it's going to be a huge long-term challenge heading forwards.
Thanks a lot, Catherine. Norris Trent there, our reporter, senior reporter, dispatched there to Beirut. Thank you.